before coming to the lecture, you were watching the video?
Yeah, I used to.
You were able to do that?
Yes.
Okay, and how much time on a daily basis from December you were dedicating?
Okay, so basically, it was because of my shift. My shift was in second shift I was in.
Okay.
So basically, what I used to do, I used to get up at 9, and then I used to like start studying at 10, and from 10 to around 12ish, I used to watch videos.
Why did you decide to go for this exam?
So yeah, while going for this exam, I was a bit confused between MBA and this. So after watching your videos and going to various websites, I got to know that it is a good recognition which can give me.
Did you find which book did you find most difficult? Talked about the score. How much was that?
Around 45, 46, and my motivation like it really came down, but I continued. Like I thought that I have to give this exam, but mock I got somewhere around 63, 64.
Okay, roughly how much time you took after that, after solving of the question bank, to revise the content again?
So after that, around 10, 20 days I took.
Okay. Yeah. So basically you were leveraging the question bank in terms of mistakes. You're just making a note. Very good. So this is a very wonderful point which the audience can also relate to. Now, if I ask you for any student who is preparing for the exam, if you can give 3 tips on how to prepare for FRM level 1 exam. Hello guys, hi, this is Ganesh Naik. I help finance professionals and students to excel in their career and become a better version of themselves. And I also help students preparing for competitive exams in finance like CFA, FRM and SCR. Today I have with me one of my students who has been able to clear the FRM Level 1 exam in the May 2024 attempt, and he's going to be talking about his journey of preparing for the exam. So we have with us Siddharth. Siddharth, thank you very much for joining in. For the benefit of the audience, just give a brief about what we were doing before starting the preparation for the exam.
Okay, thank you so much, sir, for having me here. So my name is Siddharth. So I started FRM in December, then started studying like then whatever guidance you told. I started doing that, and then I work in an investment bank as an analyst, and it's been around 2 years. I'm 1.5 years working there,
Okay.
and it's been good. And yeah,
Okay. So overall total experience is also 1.5?
yeah, it's 1.5.
Okay. And why did you decide to go for this exam?
So yeah, while going for this exam, I was a bit confused between MBA and this. So after watching your videos and going through various websites, I got to know that it is a good recognition which can give me. So that's where I planned, and also discussing with my dad, and then I planned for this.
Okay, perfect. So you started your preparation in the month of December.
Yeah.
And you were a part of the physical lectures. So before coming to the lecture, you were watching the video?
Yeah, I used to.
You were able to do that?
Yes.
Okay, and how much time on a daily basis from December you were dedicating?
Okay, so basically, it was because of my shift. My shift was in second shift I was in.
Okay.
So basically, what I used to do, I used to get up at 9, and then I used to like start studying at 10, and from 10 to around 12ish, I used to watch videos. Then from 12 to 2, I used to go through them again, and
Okay.
yeah, then this was my daily routine. And then office, then some days coming back from office, I used to make sure I used to go through whatever I went in morning again.
Okay.
But yeah, this was my daily routine. And on Saturdays and Sundays, same routine, and then your lectures.
Okay, so basically you had office from 4 to
1.
4 p.m. to 1 a.m. Okay.
1 a.m.
So early morning you were just sitting for 3.5 hours on a daily basis.
3.5 hours I used to sit.
From December onwards?
Yes, from December onwards.
Okay.
So, there used to be some days where I used to not make it, but majority.
Was there a period during the entire preparation that you felt demotivated?
In between, like in March, when I gave my first mock, at that time the score was very low. It was around 45, 46. So at that time I was like, what will happen?
Okay.
But yeah, then
the preparation continued. Okay. And when did you completed the overall watching of the video for the first time?
Overall videos I completed around in mid-March. Then like you suggested us to watch videos and then come to lectures. So at that time around mid-March I completed all the videos one time, and then your lectures.
Question bank chapter.
Question bank I start at the same time when I used to go through videos. After that I used to solve the question bank as well.
Okay. And you're going in the same order, solving also in the same
Yeah,
order.
the same order which you gave us, like this is the order which we have to follow, and the same order.
And you're solving the question bank along with the videos, or basically after some gap?
No, no. So basically, whenever one video used to get over, I used to solve the
Question
question
bank.
bank, and then whatever wrong questions were there, I used to make sure that I noted down in my book, and then again I used to go through them, and again I used to solve that question.
But this is not easy question I'm talking about, the actual question bank.
Yes,
You
yes,
were doing that solving.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
And by when you had completed the question bank also?
So only question bank, not mocks. Only question bank I had solved around March end. My question bank was completed.
Chapter wise questions were
Chapter
completed.
wise question.
Okay, roughly how much time you took after that, after solving of the question bank, to revise the content again?
So after that, around 10-20 days I took, and I made sure that whatever wrong happened with from my side,
Okay.
I corrected them, and I wrote it down everything in my. I had one separate book. In that, there were 4 sections: book one, book two, book three, and book four.
Okay.
So whatever wrong questions were there, like wherever I used to make mistake, I used to make sure that I used to note it down.
Okay.
And then it was for my last day, and also in between, if I used to get time, I used to go through them again and again.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, you were leveraging the question bank in terms of mistakes. You're just making a note. Very good. So this is a very wonderful point which the audience can also relate to. Apart from that, did you solve sectional test?
Sectional test, yes. So I started once I completed my all the video lectures and question bank. Then in mid March, I went for sectional test. Mid March around it was 12th of April. Sorry, April. I went in April.
Okay.
12th April around it was second week.
Okay.
I gave all
So
four
you
sectional
revised
tests.
the book and then you gave the exam.
Yes,
What
yes.
was the accuracy in those?
In that, accuracy was around in book 3 it was good, in book 4 it was good, in book 2 like it came down, and again in book 1 it was good. So accuracy was around 60-70%
Okay.
in between.
And then you went for the mock papers.
Yes, then I went for the
And
mock
the
paper.
first mock you gave, and you talked about the score. How much was that?
Around 45, 46, and my motivation like it really came down, but I continued, like I thought that I have to give this exam. But
Then you again revised and gave the second mock.
yeah, I again revised the book, and I gave the second mock, and in that mock I got somewhere around 63, 64.
Wow.
Then I felt very good. Then again, whatever in first mock, then what I did is again in first mock and second mock, whatever wrong questions, like whatever were the wrong questions, I again noted them, again went through them, and again I gave first and second mock.
Acha, again?
Yes.
Okay. Why?
I thought because I had in first mock it was around 50% wrong, in second mock around 40% wrong, 35% wrong. So I thought that I'll go through them, and then because I had time to do, so that's where I again solved them. Then
And then you went for the third mock.
third and fourth.
Okay. What was the score in those mocks?
Third and fourth it was around 68, 65.
The fourth mock was tough.
Fourth mock was tough, but again, like I whatever first, second, and third, whatever was wrong, same process I did again.
Same process. Wonderful. This approach is very good. And then gap sample paper?
Gap sample paper, sir, I kept it for April end. Around it was on 30th April, I guess I had solved gap sample paper. So first mock, it was good because same as the question bank provided by you, like it was similar. So I got around 70 something.
You're talking about 2024.
2024.
Okay.
Then coming to second mock I got little less mark, like around it was around 60 to 60.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was similar. The toughness was similar, like the question bank which you had provided. Those were similar.
Okay. And so overall, you were above 60 score that was there.
Yeah.
And when before you went to the exam on the day, what was that confidence level?
So the confidence level was high, and I was feeling good. But what happened is when the time we entered exam hall, and we had a procedure, right, where we have to submit and start the exam. But when not only me, but everyone in the exam hall, when they clicked on submit, like start the exam, it's the system told that you cannot appear for this exam. So everyone got panicked, and we again came out. Then he again set up that system. It was around half an hour, 40 minutes late.
Okay. Okay.
So like at that time, I thought, what's happening?
Okay.
And then again we started, and
Okay. And when you started solving, so first half an hour, 1 hour, what happened?
So first half an hour, 1 hour, what I did is I used to read the question. I had one thing in my mind that I'll not waste my time. If I see that this question is familiar, I used to take that question and I used to go ahead. If I feel that this is the question which I haven't gone through or it's like difficult, I used to skip that. I used to flag that.
Flag it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And within exam is for 4 hours. Within how much time you were able to complete one full 100 question?
So first day in first 2 hours, I was able to complete around 60 to 63 questions.
Okay.
Yeah, so those questions I thought that these are
Good questions.
I'm good with. Then again what I did is the remaining 38, 39 questions I again went through them, and around 80 questions, 75, 78 questions I completed in 30 sorry 2.5 hours. 3 hours,
Three
hours,
hours.
3 hours.
Okay.
Then I was left with around 22 questions in last hour. There where I got confused, like those questions really tricked me. Like this is the question seems easy, but then coming to option, confused between two questions. Like this is right, this is right.
Okay. Okay. And so, how many questions you flagged? Roughly around 22.
Around 22 questions.
These were
I
the
had.
final 22 questions that you,
Yes, I
and you
flagged it.
ticked every question. It's not, you didn't
Yes,
skip
yes.
anything.
I didn't skip
Okay.
anything.
And with respect to the, if you look at the overall pattern, so it was more theory or more calculation?
It was more theory for me.
If
So
you can give some bifurcation.
around 80 questions were theory for me. Around 20 was practical.
And the overall exam as compared to the GARP sample paper, what is your comparison?
Overall level comparison was good, but yeah, it was similar, kind of similar.
Okay.
Yes.
Difficulty level was similar.
Difficulty level was similar as compared to GAP.
Now, when you came out of the exam,
Yes.
what was that number in your mind? How much you must have scored?
Yeah, again. So when I came out of the exam, like I had my friends with me, I told them that around 62, 63 questions, I feel those are 100% right. Around not 100, but around 80%, I feel those are right. Then coming to, yeah, 60 question I had in my mind that these many questions would be right.
Okay. Now, if I ask you for any student who is preparing for the exam, if you can give 3 tips on how to prepare for FRM level 1 exam.
So, sir, 3 tips. The very first thing is like as you mentioned, consistency. Studying every day, not 3 hours, not 4 hours, but at least half an hour or one day. You make sure that you don't miss. Second is solve as many questions you can. The question bank which you had provided, it was around the question around I guess 1200, 1300 questions were there. More it would be. Then third would be having a mentor like you who can motivate us and make sure that we give that attempt. Because when I had registered, when I had called you first, I told that I want to go for August exam. But you told at that time that no, go for May. My plan was for August, but I went
Okay.
for May.
So wonderful. I mean, this conversation is going to be really helpful for a lot of students who are going to be preparing in the future, because you're a working professional. You managed with your job, and also 2 3 points which you mentioned, which I would like to summarize for the audience. That whenever you're solving any question, be it chapterized question, mock papers, whatever mistakes you're making, make a note of it
Yes.
and then revise it, right? And you also did one thing that if you have time, the mocks which you've already completed, just go and redo that mock,
Yes. Yes.
right? And you are constantly reading.
Yes, yeah. One thing which also like I felt it gave motivated me that and it gained my confidence is you told that last 1 week only keep reading books. So I last week I had only kept for that, and I was only reading. I was only going through sweatshirt notes, only going through them. Only 1 week was full of reading. So that where things.
So one question which I forgot to ask is that did you find any which book did you find most difficult?
Yeah, so the book, book two,
Okay.
I found it difficult, but very first chapter probability and all, like I found it difficult, but I tried, I did my best. Book four was interesting,
Okay.
and book three was also interesting.
So in the exam, book 2 questions were more calculation or more theory?
No, it was more of theory. Yeah, like around 3, 4 questions, around 5 to 6 questions I had practical for book two, and around most of them, around 13 to 14 questions were practical theory,
Theory only. Understanding based questions.
understanding based questions.
Okay. And one more thing, what are the quartiles that you've got?
The quartile which I got is 3, 3, 2, 2.
3 3 2. Okay. So the book 3 and book 4 second quartile, and the first and second book third quartile.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. I mean, thank you very much, Siddharth, for taking out time and
Thank you so
talking to
much.
us. And this conversation will be really helpful for a lot of new students who are going to be preparing for the exam. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you so much.